Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. Please put your name and where you are from in the chat so we can see who are joining us today on this great webinar. So please, and we're going to start in a minute or two. Perfect. So we have Ashley from Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome. Norma, perfect, from Be World Wild, super. Oh, wow, there's a lot of great attendees. Super. Denver, Toronto, Canada, yay. Super. John from Toronto also. We have hello from Los Cabos. Oh, we have a great crowd today with us. So hello everyone, and welcome to today's webinar to the discovery of two magical destinations, Los Cabos and Marbella. My name is Nadia Terrien, and I'm so excited to be hosting this session today. So first and foremost, I would like to thank you for joining us on this conversation that is taking place from different parts of the world, as you can see. So we have guests from beautiful Los Cabos, Marbella, and me from sunny Montreal. I'm pleased to introduce today's speakers. So from Marbella, we have Eduardo Villaverde, Director of Sales and Operations for Experience Box DMC. Also from Marbella, Alvaro Sanchez, Director of Sales at Nobu Hotel in Marbella. And now from Los Cabos, we have Andres Lopez Cerrato, Director of Corporate Sales for Connect DMC. And last but not least, Georgina Godoy, Director of Sales at Nobu Hotel Los Cabos. They will take us on a virtual journey to discover their lovely destination. And finally, to highlight Mental Health Awareness Month, I will share some fun tips on how to take care of ourselves during these challenging times. So please stay tuned until the end. We'd love to hear from you also. So if you have questions for our speakers today, please feel free to write them in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them as we go. And finally, pay attention to the information our speakers will be sharing because there'll be a quiz at the end and we have great prizes to be drawn. So stay tuned. So without any further ado, I would like to kick things off by welcoming our first guest, Eduardo Villaverde. Eduardo, over to you.
All right, Hel. Well, welcome to Spain. Bienvenidos a España. Good morning, good afternoon, buenos días, buenas tardes, depending on where you are. It's a pleasure for me to represent today our beautiful destination. We are based, my name is Eduardo, we're from Experience Box. We're based in Spain. We are a local DMC that works all over the country, but we specialize ourselves in this beautiful destination, which is Andalusia, and to be more precise, Costa del Sol, which is, as you probably know, the southern part of Spain, with Malaga and Marbella as highlight destinations. I would like to present, first of all, very quickly, a little bit about geography of the country. Here we are. This is our wonderful country, Spain. You can see also Portugal and France, but please keep your eyes in the Spanish side of the map. So, as you probably know, Spain is located in the southern part of Europe. Madrid is the capital. Barcelona is the second most important city. But today we're going to talk about Costa del Sol. So if you want to come to this part of Spain, if you're going to bring your clients to our destination, you have to fly to Malaga. I'm sure that most of you have been there. We have a wonderful airport, the third most important airport in Spain, with daily flight connections to all major European cities. We even have a direct flight, seasonal, to JFK with Delta. We are uncertain if this flight will continue in the near future, but that's another way to travel to Malaga from North America. Nevertheless, as I said, it's just a two-flight trip because we have daily connections with Paris, London, Madrid, Frankfurt, you name it. When you come to Malaga, you are in the heart of the Costa del Sol. Here we are. And depending on what your clients might be looking for, we have two main highlights, as I said, which is Malaga City and Marbella. When you are staying either in Malaga or in Marbella, you have lots of possibilities to connect with all these wonderful towns, cities, spots, which are located no more than 2 hours away from Malaga or Marbella. But to be precise, most of the high-end incentive groups and meetings that take place in this part of Spain tend to stay in Marbella, mainly because Marbella offers the highest concentration of top quality resorts and hotels. Also, we have the highest concentration of top golf courses, restaurants, and places to do activities in southern Spain. So the place to stay normally is Marbella. You have a wide range of resorts, you have a wide range of options. As I said, speaking of golf, also just to name something, is that we have here the jewel of the crown, the most famous golf course in continental Europe, which is Valderrama. Some of you might have heard about it, but we do have clients in incentive trees where the CEO typically will want to play Valderrama, which hosted the Ryder Cup in 1997. But apart from that, obviously you come to this part of Spain and you're looking for top quality resorts, amazing gastronomy, and most importantly, Costa del Sol, Coast of the Sun. Why is that? Because we have more than 320 days of sunny days throughout the year. Now, when you're here, you also have wonderful places, and I'll be very brief here. This is Puerto Banús. It's in Marbella. This is 5-10 minutes away from Marbella Old Town. It's where the rich and famous hang out with wonderful, wonderful restaurants, high-end boutiques, and those yachts that are really amazing to visit. Also, if you're staying here, you can see Malaga. It's a typical half-day trip to go to Malaga with the Gothic Cathedral, with the Alcazaba Fortress, and of course, it's the homeland of Picasso. Picasso, the artist, was born and raised in Malaga, and we have a wonderful Picasso museum as well. Another option, Granada. Granada boasts the Alhambra, the most visited monument in Spain. It's only 2 hours away from the Costa del Sol. It's a very easy, comfortable bus ride, and the Alhambra is something spectacular. The next one, what can we do if you're coming here? We go to Ronda. Ronda is the jewel of the white villages in southern Spain. You can see the gorge, the bridge, amazing wineries. There's also a very famous bull farm, olive oil farms. It's also a half-day trip to go to Ronda, and is a must for high-end incentive trips coming to this part of Spain. What else? We have Seville. I'm sure all of you have heard of Seville. Seville is 2.5 hours away from Marbella, and Seville has the largest Gothic cathedral in Spain, amongst other highlights. Also very, very beautiful. We also have Cordoba. Cordoba is also 2.5 hours away, and Cordoba has the Mosque Cathedral, the largest in Spain and the largest outside the Moorish countries. It's spectacular as well, and it's worth paying a visit. And then we have this little village, Tarifa, is the windsurfer's paradise. This is the place where the Mediterranean and the Atlantic get together. It's very, very unique. It's only 1 hour away from Marbella, and it's a destination that not many people know, but is proving to be very successful also for incentives. And the last one I really want to talk about very quickly here is Tangiers. This is not in Spain. This is not even in Europe. This is in Africa. But it's a day trip that works really well for groups staying in Marbella. You leave the hotel early in the morning, you catch the ferry in Tarifa, and 1 hour later, you are already on African soil. It's a wonderful day trip for all types of clients. It's very safe, it's very exotic. We organize it really well. And hey, when you're back in the hotel, you can tell your friends when you're back in your country that in one day, you hit 2 countries, 2 continents, you saw 2 oceans, you saw 2 cultures. So it's something very unique that you cannot do in many places in the world. So this was my presentation about Costa del Sol as a destination. And if you come here, if you ever come here, um, the place to stay, and it's going to be our next guest. And our next guest is, without a doubt, one of the places to be is Nobu Marbella. And thank you for your attention. And at the end, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Eduardo. Wow, I've never been to Spain, so we'll have to chat after this call so you can organize my my next trip.
You got it.
So perfect. Thank you so much. That was great. Don't forget, if you do have questions, you can always type them in the chat box and we will go through them as we go. So our next guest, again, from Marbella, we're going to talk to Alvaro. We're going to listen more about, hear more about the Nobu Hotel Marbella. To you, Alvaro.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nadia. It is a pleasure for me to be here. Unfortunately, Zoom doesn't have the subtitles options. I'll try to hide my accent, my Spanish accent as a local. Just to wrap up what Eduardo was telling, guys, keep in mind Marbella as a great destination to discover the whole region of Andalusia. You know that this region is full of culture, full of gastronomy, a lot of things to do, and Marbella probably is the best base to be here, and then, you know, do day trips from here to every single part of Andalusia. We have a microclimate. Marbella is an all-year-round destination, and my hotels open 365 days a year. For us, US is one of our main markets, especially we do a lot of high-end incentives. May, June, September, and October probably are the busiest months for these kind of trips. And the ideal size for us is in between 50 up to 125 rooms. If we move to the next slide, I'm representing Nobu Hotel Marbella, but also I do represent Puente Romano Hotel. You will understand the connection between both because both hotels are linked and owned by the same family. Puente Romano was a hotel that was built back on the 70s, probably is one of the most prestigious hotels on the Mediterranean coast. We have become a reference, and it's a resort that has evolved so beautifully well over the past decade. As part of that natural evolution, one part of Puente Romano has been transformed into a boutique hotel that now we commercialize under the brand of Nobu. But keep in mind that both hotels belong to the same owner. They both are located on the same area, and we both share the grounds. That means that when we have a group, depending on the size of the group, we can combine services. As you can see here on the map, this is the layout of the hotel. The hotel has become a destination on its own right. It's a destination for sport lovers, for foodies, for group of friends that want to have fun, for families. Due to the layout of the hotel, we are a hotel that does it well for every single client. As you can see, we're open, we are big, we have a lot of gardens, and the style of the property is like if you were on an Andalusian village. So forget about a big block with 40 floors. We are completely different. Everything is in horizontal, spacious, gardens. Social distancing was something that we were doing before, the COVID-19 appears in our life. Due to the grounds, people spread out in a natural way. So every single client in the hotel has a lot of space. This is actually one picture of our beach club. The location of the resort, Puente Romano Nobu, is the best one in the area. We are actually located in between Marbella, Old Town, and Puerto Banús. This is actually one strip that is called the Golden Mile, where the most prestigious hotels are located. We have an area on the beach only for hotel guests, and 4 swimming pools, which are all located in the hotel, and they all are heated. If we move now to the next slide, Of course, we do a lot of meetings. Actually, we have the largest infrastructure on the whole coast with more than 15 different meeting rooms. In the next slide, you will see our main ballroom with capacity for up to 750 people. No pillars, natural daylight, direct access to the patios. So that gives you that flexibility in case you need a big meeting. When moving to the next slide, you know, the beauty of the hotel is that we have a lot of outdoor venues so that we can organize all year round activities al fresco. This is actually the beach club where we can organize a private dinner. For instance, if we go to the next slide, you will see how we have venues on the beach. Remember, we are by the ocean, beautiful views, right on the sea. And we have a restaurant that is located right on the sea that is called El Chiringuito. In Spain, chiringuitos means restaurants that are located on the beach. Few options during nighttime. We also have patios that can be privatized depending on the size of the group. We can go from up to 50 people up to 750. Then if we go to the next slide, you will see that we do a lot of events. Actually, we are well known for all the social events that we organize. During the summer, we do concerts, big names like Seal, Tom Jones, Montserrat Caballé. Once a year, we do a big concert and we bring celebrities. And for high-end incentives, we also have organized, you know, surprises like bringing a famous guy to do a performance during the dinner. That's something that we can do. Car launches, product presentations. I mean, we have a space for everything. If we move to the next one, gastronomy. Gastronomy is something that, you know, make us very, very special. I can tell you that we are a gastronomic destination. We have 13 restaurants in total, 13, ranging from, of course, Nobu Matsuisha. It's one of the restaurants that we have. But on top of that, our head chef, that it's Danny Garcia, the guy with the glasses on the picture. He's well known on the area, and once a year he does a gastronomic week where he invites all his friends from all around the world, and look who his friends are. Next to him, you have Ferradria, who for 5 years in a row was awarded as the best chef in the world. Behind him, you can see Jose Andres, that is another Spanish chef, and also well known, and Nobu Matsuisha himself. So gastronomy is something we take seriously, and there is always something for everyone. Apart from that, we have Italian food, Spanish, Mediterranean, I mean, a lot of different choices. Then activities, of course, water sports, cooking classes, wine tastings. If we move to the following slide, you will see that we have a Six Senses spa, the only one in Spain. Actually, 2 years ago, we got awarded by Condé Nast Traveler as the best spa destination in the whole country. The spa, it's amazing, right in front of the sea, environmental. I mean, it's amazing. And of course, for groups, it can be privatized. On top of that, we can also do activities like you can go to Ronda, and on the next slide, you will see that you can play golf in our privately owned golf course, which is located up in the mountains in Benavides, 18 holes. Tennis on site. One of our teachers, one of our coaches is the brother of Novak Djokovic. He comes here very frequently to play golf, to play tennis, and we can organize activities there too. Then moving to the next one, we have also the choice to go to Ascari. Ascari is a private racetrack where you can drive a Formula 2 car. It's the largest one in Spain, very exclusive, very high-end. Keep it in mind, guys, for those high-end groups looking for this kind of adrenaline experiences. Then if we move to the following one, I want to show you some distinctive venues that we have on site. We have villas where we can cater parties for up to 200 people. We even have our own nightclub, which is the most popular one in Marbella. And if we move to the following one, I wanted to show you the look and feel of Puente Romano. This picture encapsulates very well the look and feel of the hotel. As I said, a small building, 3-story buildings, surrounded by subtropical trees, whitewash, very, very Andalusian, genuine. I want to show you one room in Puente Romano so that you can compare the differences in between Puente Romano and Nobu. That's Puente Romano, Mediterranean, a lot of space, close to the beach. Everything is being completely renovated over the past 5 years. And then when we go to the Nobu area, which again is located inside of Puente Romano, this is how it looks. This is actually a little plaza that we have where most of the restaurants are concentrated. And the beauty of Nobu, what makes Nobu so special is the way that it's being cleverly integrated within the grounds of Puente Romano. So that you have a boutique hotel with 80 rooms, Puente has 180. But when you stay in Nobu, you have access to all Puente Romano's facilities. The last slide, it's about the rooms. You can compare, they are very different. These ones are more minimalist, more modern, open plan, floor to ceiling windows that let you out into the terraces. And when you stay in Nobu, there is a dedicated swimming pool for Nobu guests. So yeah, that was all. Thank you so much for your time. Anything you need, I'm based on property, and thanks for your attention.
Well, thank you, Alvaro. I don't know about you guys on the call, but I could totally see myself on that beach club with a drink right now. So just to know where, what activity or what did you find most interesting from this property or that destination, please write it in the chat so we can see what are your interests in regards to these destination and property. So, okay, so let's go. Okay, so we have a question. When are we booking on-site events? Are there set up fees if you use the other hotel in Marbella? That's a great question. Do you want to go for it, Alvaro?
Sorry?
So if we have a question from Ashley here. So she says, when you are booking on-site events, are they set up fees if you use the other hotel in Marbella?
No set up fees. Yeah.
Another quick question. Are you currently open?
Yes, well, that's a good question. We will open the restaurant in 2 weeks and the hotel is gonna open on the 2nd of July. Now things are getting better. Our Prime Minister has said that from the end of June, international travelers will be welcome. So now we're getting ready. We're getting ready. By the 2nd of July, both hotels, Puente Romano and Nobu, will open.
Super. And one last question from Gabrielle. So the question was about the previous name of the Nobu hotel. So you recall that you had 2 to 3 hotels at the same compound. So we're asking the names here.
It was part of Puente Romano. So basically what we did, we transformed that area into a Nobu hotel, but it was part of Puente Romano.
Super, perfect. Well, okay, the number of, yes. So yeah. You mentioned there was a lot of different restaurants and absolutely. I'm a foodie, so I'm looking forward to go and try them all. So how many restaurants did you say that there is on the property? 13 restaurants, 13. Super, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Eduardo and Alvaro, for this discovery of this beautiful destination. So for sure, it's going to be on my list. Now let's go to the other side a little bit further and let's go to Los Cabos so we can hear more about the destination. And to do that, we have Andres who's going to tell us a little bit more about Los Cabos in general. So to you,
Thank you, Nadia, and thank you everyone for being here. Definitely Marbella looks like an amazing place. We're a little bit closer to home or not, depending on where you are, but we definitely have some really interesting offering in our destination. So I really wanted to speak up in general about our destination and the wonders that it has. As you know, we're located in Mexico, in Baja California Sur. People say that we have a flair of California because there's a lot of trends like farm-to-table restaurants, wellness and staying fit and beautiful backdrops and sunsets and great adventures that you can do in this area. But what's really different about Los Cabos is that compared to other Mexican or Caribbean destinations, which are really the closest to all of us, this one is particularly different because this is the desert meeting the ocean. You know, it's a destination that it's not like going to the Caribbean or going to a different type of destination. This is a very unique on its own, and it's comprised of two different towns. One it's called San Jose del Cabo, and the other one it's called Cabo San Lucas. These two main towns are only 20 minutes, 25 minutes apart from each other. San Jose del Cabo is the one that's closer to the airport, while Cabo San Lucas is the one closer to the activities and the nightlife and all the restaurants and the party going on. There is, however, and let me show you a little bit of what we do. Some really special things that you can experience here on your destination. I mean, besides obviously as a DMC, we do provide all sorts of services, but we do focus on high-end meetings and incentives. So therefore, we have developed all of our product to be catering to that market. We do have available, not only in Punta Cana, where it's our main headquarters, but also in Los Cabos, we have available the VIP Fast Track at the airport. This is something that's very sought after. This is not available to everyone, and this is a very, very exclusive fast track that you get as soon as you're deplaning. You're met by a bilingual assistant, and they'll breeze you out of the airport in just a few minutes. It's just a really nice touch for those board of directors, high executives, speakers, or VIPs that you may have in your programs. That's available through us as well. And then I want to just show you a quick glance of the very unique activities that you can also do in this destination. For example, whale watching. We have the whale season from December to officially March, the end of March, but really it has been extended all the way until mid-May. So you can see a lot of whales. And why this is important is because many of the activities, the water activities that you could do in Los Cabos, like going on a yacht, going on a catamaran, do a fishing tour, or just anything on the water has the possibility to sight these beautiful animals, the humpback whales and the gray whales that come to this coast. So it's just a very amazing experience, and you really get to be close to these gorgeous, beautiful animals. There is a very interesting town called Todos Santos. This is one of Mexico's magical towns. It's about 45 minutes away from Cabo San Lucas, and it's just like an artsy town. You can basically walk the streets and get into one gallery that has been adapted inside of a house, and go to the other. Go visit the Hotel California that has a big reputation, not the one from the song, but definitely has a lot of reputation in that area. There's also an amazing farm-to-table restaurant called Hasamango. It's a good idea if you really want to get out of the bus of Cabo San Lucas. Another very unique activity that we have is the camels. You can ride the camels and learn more about them, feed them. It's just a really unique experience. Where else in the world can you actually interact with these gorgeous animals? These are actually rescues, by the way. So these were either purchased from circuses in Mexico or the United States, and these are actually really well taken care of. They have a vet 24/7, so on site. They don't work every day. They get some free time after the activities to just run around the beach, and it's just a really unique activity, and obviously great pictures for the Instagram. And again, there's many other options that we have. I'm not going to stop at every single one. We do have to mention the sunset sailing and the sunset cruises, because this is such a a trademark of Los Cabos. You know, the arch, which is legendary for a destination, really sets a beautiful backdrop on during the sunsets, and it's only just a few minutes away from the marina of Cabo San Lucas, which, by the way, is one of the largest ones in this region. So yeah, sunset cruises can be done on yachts, sailing boats, just like this one you're seeing right here. You could also do them in larger catamarans, and the biggest boat that we have can fit up to 400 people. Right now, obviously, temporarily, the capacity of many of these boats have decreased. Feel free to contact us for more information. But yes, we do have some big boats that can fit, you know, a mid to large size group from 250 to 400 people. And many other activities. Again, I'm not going to stop into every single one. I can definitely send you the deck. Whale shark, which is another very unique thing. You can only do this in a few places of the world. You can actually swim with the whale sharks. This actually takes place in La Paz, which is the capital of the state, and it's about an hour and 30 minutes away from Cabo San Lucas. Again, just a once in a lifetime bucket list experience. Very important. Off-roading in La Baja, it's, you know, it is a desert, so there's many ways that you can actually go off-road, from mountain bikes, powered bikes, ATVs, UTVs, you name it. And we have it all, and it's so much fun. You can even ride along the beach. So just beautiful scenarios down in the Migreño area. These are actually, by the way, this is the activity that's one of the most sought after, and it's also one of the closest ones from the Noble Hotel Los Cabos, which we're going to hear about in just a few moments. Like I said, we have those dinner cruises. This boat that you see over here on the top is a boat that can fit up to 250 people altogether, and can actually serve dinner for every one of them. They also have a deck where you can, you know, just set up any type of decor or entertainment performances that you may want. Last mention on activities, deep sea fishing is huge in Los Cabos. We actually have the richest fishing tournament in the world. The prize is close to $6 million, give or take the year, but this is just a great experience. It happens every year in November, and it's called the Bisbee Tournament. It's actually for charity, and you can get to catch amazing marlin fish. There's also great tuna and a bunch of other fish that you can actually catch in our coasts, which I actually think we're gonna be luckier now with all this quarantine and these boats being all cleared. There's probably a lot of marine life nowadays here in the coast in Cabo. Golf is also very much sought after. There's a lot of privately owned golf courses that are not necessarily open to the public, but there's also some other top-rated designer level golf courses in the Los Cabos areas. You know, Tom Facio, Jack Nicklaus, you name it. There's a bunch of beautiful golf courses for your programs as well. As a company, we also do organize our team buildings, and we have a strong heart for sustainability and corporate care. So we do a lot of our own team buildings and CSR activities. So these would entail anything from doing something on site, buying a giveaway for that can actually benefit a foundation, or really going full on and hands on and going out there and drive all the way to a orphanage or a school and really just create a difference. Again, only targeting the needs. We don't just do it for the picture. We do like to believe that we support our local communities. So we do have those services available through our company. And obviously the sourcing of offsite venues, which range on anything from Omnia, which is probably a name and a brand you recognize from a day club in Vegas as well. We have the farm to table restaurants, like I said, an actual canyon where you can do events and from 300 to 2,000 people, depending on which one you choose, and beautiful top-rated restaurants in the area, or beach clubs as well. The last thing we can also help you with is local sourcing, because, you know, sourcing here in Mexico sometimes it's just easier for our clients. It just eliminates the fact of having to import things all the way from wherever you're coming from, and paying all those fees for the brokers or the taxes, or just not even getting them on time. So we are capable of sourcing anything from you, from group giveaways to marketing collateral, rental of equipment, etc. So that was me. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Very happy to be here with you all, and I'll pass it on to you, Nadia.
Well, thank you, Andres. Again, beautiful destination. I love Mexico, but this is one destination I still haven't checked off my list. So we'll have to organize that too. And when I did the activity of swimming with the shark whale, and it's such an amazing experience. Andres, we have some great comments from your teams here, from two guests. So Mallory Huff, she says that your team did an amazing job on 2 programs in Los Cabos earlier this year, January and February. So very good. The activities are top notch and high quality, very friendly team too. So perfect. Wow, we love to hear from you guys. And Catherine also says, I agree. I highly recommend Connect DMC and Andres' team. I too had the opportunity to work with them in Los Cabos on several programs. So very good job, guys. Okay, perfect. Super. Perfect. So from now that we're in Los Cabos, well, where do we stay? Huh? So I'll ask Georgina to move on with this question, to answer my question.
Of course, Nobu Hotel Los Cabos, the new property in Los Cabos.
To see more about it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nadia. Well, hello everybody. Once again, my name is Georgina Godoy, and I'm the Director of Sales of this amazing, and I can still say that it's a brand new property. We just opened in April of 2019, so we were, before everything, this crazy time started, we were actually planning to put together our anniversary celebration. But of course, there'll be a moment further ahead to celebrate, as always. Thank you. We are, for instance, I want to start mentioning or pointing out our location. We are located in the Cabo San Lucas area, not right in the town. We're a little bit further north from the town, from about 20 minutes away from the marina, or the main town of Cabo San Lucas. And we're 45 minutes away from the Los Cabos International Airport. And this is if you take the toll road that goes from the airport straight to Cabo San Lucas, like it's on the back, not going along the corridor, because taking the toll road will be a faster route to get straight to Nobu Los Cabos. Can we go to the next one? So the resort offers a sense of privacy and exclusivity by being located inside of the Amante. It's a gated community. It's basically a residential area that is one of the most exclusive in Los Cabos. And inside of this community or this gated area, we only have 2 hotels. There's us, of course, and next to us, there's a different type of hotel, which is Hard Rock, a completely different concept. But these are the only 2 resorts in the Amante area, as well as some other attractions, especially golf courses. So we are facing completely to the Pacific Ocean. So as you can see in this picture, amazing sunsets are part of the experience that our guests have. We'll go to the next one. On property, we have a total of 200 rooms, 200 guest rooms, and about 40% of this inventory are suites. And here on this picture, we see basically our lead categories that are our regular rooms that have about 514 square feet of area. We start the leading category is the deluxe room that is basically on the ground area and have garden or golf views. Then we continue with the deluxe room swim up, that have, as you can see in that picture, that it has, the difference is that it has the advantage of getting into the pool, one of the main pools directly from your terrace, and the deluxe room with ocean view. Then we continue with the junior suite. This is one of the suites that we have available. The area is about a little bit more than 700 square feet of area. We have junior suites also with garden view, with ocean view, and like the one that we see in this picture that has its own private pool right on the terrace. And this one also in particular has, it's a junior suite with ocean front view. Next one. We also have larger suites, different type of suites that basically have the bedroom separated from the living area, and they also have the option of an interconnecting room. We have Zen suite, Miyabi suite, and Sake suite. The difference is the type of layout. They are a little bit different, and the location. Like Sake suite, for example, it doesn't have a separation between the bedroom and the living area, but it's a larger suite also, and has the advantage that is basically an ocean front. Nobu suite is like our presidential suite. As you can see, it's completely fully equipped living room, dining table, even has a pool table, full kitchen, and also the Nobu suite has the convenience of 2 interconnecting rooms, so it can be up to a 3-bedroom suite. This is an example of our guest bathrooms. As you can see, they are very spacious. Very light colors. That's the concept of basically of Nobu, or the Japanese type of decoration. Very minimalistic, not so heavy in the decoration. So as you get in the resort, and as well as your bedroom, you have this sense of tranquility, of relaxation. That is basically what big part of the experience. We move on to the restaurants. Well, this is also an example of the layout, the decoration, the concept that we have here in Nobu Los Cabos. The Japanese feeling mixed with the ambience that Los Cabos has, that Andres already explained a lot. We have a total of 4 restaurants, and we have a new one coming soon. The new one was going to open in July, but now we're pushing it a little bit to the end of the year. Next one. We start with Nobu Restaurant, of course, the signature restaurant, amazing area with an amazing terrace that is overlooking the Pacific Ocean. This one opens for dinner only, and it has also a great bar area that, as I was saying, it's also takes the restaurant and the bar area. If we move to the next one, Andres, please. Also from this area, you can see amazing evening views. So it's part, as I said, part of the experience. Some other restaurants that we have, this one, Playa Bar, is a very casual by the beach restaurant, by the beach and between the beach and the pool area. Ceviches, tostadas, the food that you can find here in Mexico in any beach destination. Amazing bar. And then also another very important restaurant is Malibu Farm. This comes from the original restaurant in Malibu Farm in Malibu, California. The concept comes from the chef Helen Henderson that started this concept a few years ago in the back of her, in her backyard. She started growing organic vegetables. Can we go to the next one? So this is the concept. I mean, we believe that it's a great concept that can mix with the Nobu concept, you know, the organic concept, the farm to table. So again, the chef Helen Henderson was the one that created this concept. So very nice restaurant. Also a very important thing that I want to mention is same as as Alvaro said in his hotel. The concept of the hotel, as you saw in one of the pictures, is completely open air. It's a very open layout. So this is a great advantage, of course, now that we're facing these times. Great advantage. In Los Cabos, we have only a few days of rain, so it's a great advantage that we have all these restaurants. Pacific Restaurant is a Mexican concept. We go to the next one. Alvear Restaurant, this will be the new restaurant. It's going to be an Italian steakhouse. Decoration very, very unique. It will make you feeling that you are inside of a whale. And what is hanging from the ceiling is a whale skeleton. We go to the next one. Some other pictures of the areas of the hotel. Cortez Swim Up Bar, next one. We have a total of 4 different pools. In one side of the hotel, we have this Cortez pool area. As you can see, the color of the pools are very light blue that reflects the color of the Sea of Cortez that is on the east side of the peninsula. Next one. And then on the other side, we have the Pacific pool, of course, reflecting the color of the Pacific Ocean. Next one. Some other, another pool area, the Sunset Infinity Pool, adult only, completely adult only, and this is facing the beach. Next one. Some other pictures of our areas. Very important is also to mention that our beach is not swimmable. The ocean where we are is not swimmable, but we have an amazing beach. Now we go on to I want to show you some of the banquet setups in the different areas that we have. 2 different main areas for events. This is Omi Terrace on the Pacific side, the next one. Shiwase Terrace on the Cortez side, next to in between Malibu Farm and the main, the lobby area. So as you can see, great locations for setups, for banquet setups or private events. Next one. And we have also indoor areas like Suki Ballroom. The main feature of this area, for example, this ballroom, is that it has this big doors that open to a very nice terrace that at the same time opens to an amazing view of the golf course. We move on to the next one. Yeah, so the Suki Ballroom opens to a nice big foyer that at the same time opens to this amazing terrace. Next one. Other little areas for private events like Yakusoku Garden. We have 2 areas like this one that is a beautiful place decorated with the organic gardens around. So we can have private dinners or we can do a reception setup here. Next one. Essencia Wellness is our spa with a total of 13 treatment rooms and a beauty salon, state-of-the-art fitness center, everything part of the spa experience. And as you can see in this picture, an amazing hydrotherapy area, outdoor hydrotherapy area. Next one. And also, well, Andres mentioned a little bit about the golf courses in the area. We have the great advantage of having 2 golf courses inside of Diamante complex, Dunes Golf Course that is ranked number 36 in the world by Golf Magazine, and the design by Tiger Woods El Cardonal. And next to us, at the development that is right next to us, we have the Greg Norman signature golf course, Rancho San Lucas, that is a brand new golf course, amazing golf course. So those are the options. And well, just last but not least, just to remind Andres, talked a lot about the activities. We have, again, the great advantage that we are located only between 15-20 minutes away from the marina. We have access to the most important activities in Los Cabos, very close by, between 15-20 minutes away, depending on what activity that you want to experience. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This was Noble Los Cabos.
Wow, beautiful. It's beautifully designed. Wow, like I'm booking a Zen suite and some spa treatments, that's for sure.
And before we move on, I just wanted to mention everyone that while a lot of the beach areas in Los Cabos is not swimmable, we do have an activity that we've developed as a DMC, which is a beach day pass, where we can actually take guests to you know, any beach club and have activities going on somewhere where they can actually go into the water and just get it out of their system if they want that. And it's only, I mean, from Novo, it's only like 25 minutes away. So you really don't miss out on that, and you gain on the views of the sunset. Because also another thing that many people don't know is that the Pacifico area, where the Diamante is area, residential community is located, really gets a full view of the sunset, versus every other hotel in the Los Cabos area that really doesn't get a full sunset view, I guess. But before we move on, I wanted to introduce to Nadia Terrion. She is the owner of Lusona Agency. She's also a keynote speaker. She has many years of experience in hospitality and customer service. Nadia and I worked together in the past, and she's based in Canada, and I completely trust her opinion and her advice. So I just wanted to give a quick introduction to Nadia, who's going to share with us a few things in honor to the Mental Health Awareness Month, which, in case you didn't know, is actually May. Every year is in May, and it's celebrated. And I think it's very fitting to the times we're living in, with all this quarantine. Whether you're still in quarantine or not, I think it's worth mentioning. So thank you, Nadia, for being here, for agreeing to be our moderator today, and I'll pass it along to you.
Thank you, Andres, for this lovely intro. Yes, so Mental Health Awareness Month, it's very important, especially with everything that we've been going through. So with my agency, what I do is that I help my clients to enhance their customer experience offering. So either any business in the tourism industry or the hospitality industry. So mainly I help hotels, but I can help agencies, but I also help individuals to become better leaders and to better connect with their clients. So how do I do that? By unlocking the power of empathy. So empathy, it's not something that you can work on, say, this morning I get up, I'm going to work on my empathy. It's a little bit more complex than that. So we do work in my trainings on 5 underlying skills. So the first one, and the only one I'm going to cover today because we only have a few minutes, is self-awareness. So self-awareness is to be aware of our feelings or motives, and it is the bedrock of emotional intelligence. So once we are better, at we have become more self-aware, we can better manage our emotions. And I'm not talking about pushing them down, I'm talking about managing them. And we'll do a little activity so you can learn to better manage your emotions through this tough time. But also you become better equipped to respond to the needs of others, because the more you're aware of your own emotions, the more you can cap them or see them in others. So how do we become more self-aware? Well, a great practice is to keep a simple journal. And you're gonna say like, oh, Nadia, you know, like these days we have so many things to do, you know, like we don't have time. This is a very simple way of keeping track of your emotions. And I highly suggest that you take 1 minute. I'm not saying it's going to take, you know, half an hour of your day, 1 minute, max 3, to go back on your day and just to write down how you felt during the day. So if we look, let's do a little exercise here. So if we, you just take a sheet of paper like on the screen, and then you divide it in 4 sections, in 4 columns. So at the end of the day, you go through these columns, and I'll give you an example of a friend named Nick. So Nick went to a conference. And so the day that he went to this conference, he was late, he was driving on the highway, he was in a hurry, and somebody cut him. And he got so angry. He became so angry. So at night, Nick, what he did is that he took his journal and he wrote anger under emotions. So I know we've all been through a series of emotions in the past few weeks. So try to think about something that you've been through, or an emotion, a strong emotion that you lived in the past few weeks, either anxiety, it could be anger, it could be stress, whatever it is, write it down on a piece of paper and just leave it there for a second. Then the next step to do is to, in the same column, to write down what it looks like from the outside. So for example, for Nick, he was frowning, he was clenching his jaw, he had tension in his neck, etc. So you write this down. Why is that important? Because that's a way also to become more attuned to everybody else's reactions. And that's really good also to know when you're working in this industry, you have some customers, you have clients, you can better read them. So the next step is to identify the trigger. So in this case, Nick said, oh, the guy, was not respecting the rules, he cut in front of me, yada, yada, yada. But then once he took the time at night to do his journal, he said, well, it was really my fault at the end of the day because I stayed up, watched Netflix all night until, 3 a.m. So I got up late and I was in a hurry. So this way you can identify what triggered that emotion. So the next time, if something similar happened, you can take a big breath and say, okay, maybe I shouldn't be reacting so much. Third thing is to identify the intensity of your emotion. So first, like at first, Nick said, whoa, this is an 8 out of 10. I was so angry, the guy cut me, and then he went on. But once he did the exercise that night, he realizes like, yeah, well, maybe it's a 4. It didn't deserve for me to get so upset or so angry during the day. So he says, well, it should be a 4 out of 10. So you do that also with your emotion. And finally, we have to pay attention to the ripple effect. When you throw a rock in the lake, it has this ripple effect. All our emotions that we have, especially now that we're, under a lot of stress, we're going through some different things every day. We're learning different information. We don't know where to go anymore. So it's important to pay attention to the ripple effect of these emotions. So if, for example, Nick was very angry, and so when he wasn't productive for the rest of the day because of it, because he kept, he was in his bubble. Also, when he got to the meeting, he missed an old colleague that he emailed him later saying, hey, I saw you at the conference, but you never came to say hi. He cut in line maybe also when he was getting coffee because he was still in his bubble, ignoring delegates, maybe was sharp or rude when he was texting his wife back. So you get the idea. So this is just a simple way of keeping track of our emotions. And once you do that on a regular basis, well, sometimes, you're in a situation where maybe you might want to be angry, and on the spot, you'll be able to better manage and say, yeah, I would usually do an 8, but you know what? It deserves a 4 more than an 8. Okay, so this is a way of managing our emotions, and also to identify them in others. By doing this, the more you do this, the more you're going to be like, oh, I see this. I see like the clenching, it doesn't look like he's very happy. And this can help us not only with our clients, but also in our personal lives. So by doing this, you allow to adjust your emotions as we go, right? Because the more we do it, the more you're going to stop yourself for a second. You say, well, does that deserve, for me to get that upset or that stress? Especially now, there's a lot of things going on. When you don't have the control of your stressful factors, well, maybe also take a step back and say, no, I don't have any control over this. So, I'll focus on what I have control over. Also, like I said, you'll be better equipped to identify the emotions in others. So if you're interested in learning more about how to create memorable experiences or become a better leader through the power of empathy, please contact me via my website here at lusonaagency.com, and I'll be happy to offer you for participating in this presentation to a free consultation. So stay strong. I know it's always it's tough times, but take a step back and really take care of yourself so you can better take care of others around you. So this was my little spill. I saw that we had some questions regarding Andres sections before. Don't worry, everybody, we're going to send a link for the presentation so you can go through it. Do we have last minute questions for our panelists?
And don't go anywhere because we will have a quick raffle right now. Let me explain you real quick how it's going to work.
Yes, please go forward.
We do have certificates that are going to be given away to you for joining us today. This will be applicable to event planners and meeting planners who are joining us. So thank you again for being here. What we're going to do is we're going to ask a few questions, and about the presentations that you just saw, and whoever answers first via chat at the chat will actually be the winner of the certificate. So I'm going to pass it along to Alvaro first, so that he can explain us what he has as far as certificates and what it entails. Alvaro?
Okay, so I have 2 vouchers of 3 nights each, one for Puente Romano, another one for Nobu. Then, as I said, we are offering 3 nights in a junior suite overlooking the sea, including breakfast, transfers from and to the airport, plus excursion to the old town of Marbella. And the first question is, how many restaurants do we have?
Oh, that went fast.
I thought you were gonna say 30 because you know, it's sometimes I confuse. I'm dyslexic. Okay, good. Who's the winner?
So the winner is Gabriel Higesian, and I'm sorry if I don't pronounce.
Oh, Gabriel. Yeah, I know him.
Gabriel's the winner.
He's been around. He's been in Marbella before.
He's been in Marbella already.
Oh yeah.
I had a group with him a long time ago.
Oh,
Thank you. Okay, next one. But maybe this one is for Eduardo. He's gonna make the question.
Okay, sure. So my question, prize is a guided tour of Old Town Marbella, is what year did the Ryder Cup take place in Valderrama?
Wow.
Wow.
That was fast.
Look at that.
Nice. So Darcy Andrew is the winner of the next certificate, which, by the way, it also includes round-trip transportation and a guided tour to the city of Marbella, compliments of Experience Box and Puente Romano and Nuevo Marbella. So thank you, guys. Thank you again for participating. We do have the certificates for Los Cabos. Georgina, do you want to tell us what we're going to have today? Is it 1, 2? What are our questions?
Of course, I'm going to give away 2 certificates, stay certificates for 3 nights with daily breakfast credit included, and $100 credit for every treatment at the spa. So it's 2 certificates, and I have 2 questions, but Andres, you want to go with a question?
Of course, yeah, I'll do the first question. And by the way, guys, this also includes compliments of Connecting Sea, the Lux transportation round trip, and an activity of your choice for up to 2 people. So the first question is, what is the distance in time from the airport of San Jose del Cabo to Novo Los Cabos?
Whoa, look at that.
So, Lauren McCallum. Lauren, it's good to see you here. You're the winner, basically. So yeah, it is 45 minutes, give or take. Sometimes, I'll tell you something, sometimes it's less than that. I've done 35 minutes, I've done 40 minutes, it all depends on how the traffic goes and, you know, everything. But I'll pass it on to you, Georgina, for the next question.
All right, so the second question is, what is the name of the chef that created the concept of Malibu Farm?
It's taking longer.
A bit. Yes.
Yep.
There we go.
There you go, Julie Brandstone.
Henderson. Correct. Julie, you're the winner. Thank you guys again for joining us today. We will be sending you your certificates via via email, as well as the presentation and the contacts for every single one of the panelists, including Nadia, who helped us today as our moderator. Thank you again for your time. We hope to see you soon in either Marbella or Los Cabos. And stay safe.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for
Take care.
Thank you.
Adios.
Thank you so
Chao.
much.
Hasta luego. Hasta pronto.